Hello, everybody. Welcome to the NFT Quarterback Podcast with your host, Ricky Van Winkle. Today, we have the honor of being joined by Danny Singh, who is the most dedicated NFL analyst that I know, coming on twice a week. Thank you so much, Danny, for joining us today. Danny, big topics this week is the NFC East. They're coming out of nowhere, apparently. Before the season started, it was supposed to be the weakest division in the league. And now, what is going on there? Can you explain that to me?
Yeah, formerly known as the NFC Least. The NFC East, they're killing it. They've got three teams in the playoff picture right now with the Cowboys, the Giants, and the only undefeated team left, the Philadelphia Eagles.
Flying high. And the Philadelphia Eagles, they had probably their most impressive game last week. It was supposed to be a hiccup for them because they got the Cowboys coming up the week afterwards, but they showed up to play, and Jalen Hurts came out to play too.
Yeah, they're just clicking on all cylinders. I said it a while back. Their defense is legit for sure. They got some good pass rushers. Their secondary's good at coverage, good at getting their hands in there, knocking down passes. They just, right now, to me, man, they're definitely a top 5 defense in the league.
Nice. Only comparable to maybe like the Dallas Cowboys in their same division, who also have a very good defense this year. Definitely they've stepped up.
The Dallas defense is a surprise to everyone because they've got a lot of young guys on that defense. I mean, starting with Diggs, right? It's his second year. He led the league in interceptions last year, so that's really good. Really good to see the young guys picking up the weight and carrying it for them, you know?
Yeah, especially Micah Parsons also. He got injured during the game. I think it was a leg injury. I'm not 100% sure. But he just kept coming back in and kept rushing the quarterback and kept getting pressure on him. And it seemed like the Dallas Cowboys defense could do no wrong during that game.
Yeah, like the Rams offensive line is injured at the moment, so you got to take that in consideration. But still, hats off go to the Cowboys, man. They came through ready to play. Cooper Rush is I think 5-0 now as a starter. I think one game last year, and then so 4-0, 3 games this year, and then 1 game last year as a starter. So hats off to him, man. I mean, just stepping in there and just not skipping a beat.
For sure. And Michael Irvin, I was listening to him earlier because he's always talking big on the Cowboys. He's saying, yeah, he's saying that it's going to be even more impressive when Dak comes back. Of course, they're not expecting him to come back for the Philadelphia game. I'm a little worried when I see such consistency from the Cowboys offense to bring back Dak into the offense. I know he does good things, but as far as winning goes, the quarterback they have in there right now in Dallas, he's winning football games, and throwing Dak back in the mix, he might interrupt that rhythm. I'm not sure what kind of effect that's going to have on the Cowboys going forward.
The thing is that Cooper Rush is more of a game manager. He doesn't make any mistakes, but he's also not. He's not that guy you want when you're down by 5 points with 2 minutes to go. You kind of need that Mahomes, that Tom Brady, that Rodgers. You kind of need that guy who can really fling it and really take those risks, right? Take those chances. And Dak, I feel like, has the potential to be that guy. So that's something to take into consideration for sure.
Definitely. Dak, he is a franchise quarterback. He earned that right. His playoff record is it's nothing to write home about, but he has the potential, like you say, and I'll leave it at that. Jalen Hurts also has the potential. I like that he had to actually play in a close game and grit it out and win the game. But speaking of grit, Daniel Jones, this guy was incredible against the Packers. It would be like 3rd and 7. He'd step back in the pocket, see an opening, and he would get that first down. There was nothing that was going to stand in his way from losing that game, or from winning that game, I mean.
I've been telling you, Danny Dimes, man. Danny Dimes.
Incredible, that guy. And Saquon Barkley, wow. I was really impressed watching the Giants play on Sunday. The thing is, too, the Giants were not only good on offense, they also were able to stop Aaron Rodgers because they scored with like a couple minutes to go in the fourth to give themselves the lead after they had been trailing. I think they were down they were down a couple points, but they came back, they got the lead, and then the Giants defense stepped up and stopped Rodgers when he had an opportunity to go down and tie the game.
Yeah, I heard about that. They really came through at the end for them, and that's good because in the recent games this year, their defense hasn't really been there, So that's good that they're stepping up at the biggest moment.
Right. And another thing that I saw that was different than, most comeback games is what the Giants did is they put themselves in a very good position because they went up by 7, where a lot of times you're watching an NFL game and in the last minutes a team will choose to go up by 3 or they just can't get into the end zone in those final minutes. And that's when the field goal kicker starts coming into play. But when it was backs against the wall, the Giants went down and they scored a touchdown, which mad props to them for doing that.
Definitely.
Yeah. So that's pretty much the NFC East, the Washington football team, Redskins, Commanders, they're not relevant. So I'm not even going to worry about them.
I mean, they put up a good fight, but they're definitely falling behind in that division, so
yeah. So I'm not going to worry about them too much. The next thing that came up actually today, it was a couple hours ago. I was scanning through ESPN.com. I check it every couple of hours. Matt Rule is out as head coach for the Carolina Panthers. What are your thoughts on that?
You know what? Congratulations, Mr. Rule. Because as far as I know, he's on contract for the next 4 years. So he'll be sitting at home collecting a check from the Carolina Panthers for the next 4 years. You made it, buddy. Congrats.
That's the dream right there. I mean,
dream.
Forget being an NFL coach, forget winning Super Bowls. The dream is to sign a long-term deal and get fired as soon as possible.
I tell you what, man. I mean, it's not like it was Baker's fault. That guy's got too much fighting spirit, you know?
Yeah, but
there's no way in hell they're gonna blame Baker. No way.
No way. Especially after they went all in and sent over that, what was it, like a 5th round pick for him?
I don't know. Whatever they gave up, it was too much. That's all
They should have traded the washing machine.
Yeah, right. Maybe the dryer. That's about it. We got a nice quality dryer here.
Yeah. Maybe they should have just sent over like a clothesline and some clothespins and traded that for Baker Mayfield. The dude, I don't know. You like his spirit, You mentioned that a lot, but that guy is struggling.
Yeah, at a certain point, it's just like, well, the fighting spirit isn't going to win you football games. You got to have skill and some talent.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, man. Fighting spirit. Real quick, I was also watching another football show, and they were talking about the only person who had a fighting spirit on the Steelers last week was their quarterback. But nobody else did anything. Nobody else was even out there trying. And it's kind of like that for the Panthers. You got a guy, quarterback, who's dedicated, super competitive, but the rest of the team around him is nowhere to be found. I mean, they're showing up, they're on the field, but that's about it.
I mean, the Steelers this week, they arguably went up against one of the best teams in football right now. So they had a rookie quarterback. Their best defensive player is injured. They're kind of going through a rough transitional period. It's just a difficult time right now over there.
Right. And I got some breaking news right now. Mayfield's going to be out at least a couple of weeks with a high ankle sprain.
I that earlier too. He was he was roughing it out in the second half. I remember that, just kind of hobbling around and stuff. But yeah, man.
I can't watch this guy hobble around anymore. The only thing worse than a healthy Baker Mayfield is an injured Baker Mayfield. He'll come out there and he'll try, but it just never works. Like, dude, just sit down. Sit down, please.
I mean, you just kind of feel bad for him at the moment, but whatever.
Yeah. I mean, there's always a time to call Sam Darnold, get him in the game, and watch them fall further down the rabbit hole, those Carolina Panthers.
Man, I never liked Sam Darnold. I never thought he was any good.
You know, instead of knocking the Panthers, can we give some praise to the 49ers? Is that in order, or how do you see that?
You know what? You're right. The Niners defense is legit. And just when Jimmy showed up this weekend.
Just when Jimmy G.
Just when Jimmy.
This dude is incredible. Debo had kind of like a slow game. He only had 2 receptions for 20 yards. I think he had a couple runs for 38.
I hear their running back had a big game.
Yeah. He had, I want to say, 120 yards rushing.
Let's see. Wilson. Jay Jr., 17 carries for 120 yards, a 41-yard long run, and 1 TD. So, you know what? Hats off to him. Jeff Wilson.
Right. And Garoppolo threw for 200-plus yards, had 2 touchdowns passing. It's a good game, but mainly the biggest thing was that 49ers defense, especially coming up with that pick 6 right before the half. That was absolutely critical.
Yeah, that was a big play. I think that was the play that Baker had actually gotten hurt on, because after he had thrown that pick, he tried to get a tackle in, and then he had just got ran over.
I'm never sure if he's actually like physically hurt or if he just gets his feelings hurt.
No, that one, it looked like he actually got hurt, because he like tried to tackle and he got ran over, and then someone had fallen on top of him.
Poor
it was like I said, he's got a lot of heart.
Too bad you can't take that to the bank.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he'll be a great announcer.
Just like Matt Leinart.
Analyze the game. I'm sure he's played long enough. I'm sure he'll be able to analyze pretty well.
He's going to do a great job analyzing. And he could probably work that into some advertising deals, knowing him.
Oh, bro, I never saw such an average quarterback get so many fucking deals. I'm like, why does this guy have so many fucking commercials? Well, I mean, he was the number 1 overall pick, right? So that had a lot to do with it.
Right. Still, I mean, he's got a good agent, I guess. He's kind of got that. Maybe he has Kirk Cousins' agent.
Yeah, everyone should hire Kirk Cousins' agent. I tell you.
Oh, man. I'm going to get that guy. What are the 2 things you need for every football game? Beer and jerky. Now, guys, if you have not had Bandit's Jerky out of El Paso, Texas, then you have not experienced jerky. Go to their Instagram page today at Bandits Jerky 915. That's Bandits Jerky 915. Over there, you can place an order today for one of their 4 different flavors. All these flavors are here to satisfy your cravings, especially on Sunday when it's time for football. They have red chili, lemon pepper, original flavor, and green chili. All these flavors you guys can order today by reaching out to Bandits Jerky on Instagram at Bandits Jerky 915.
The Vikings are 4-1 now?
The Vikings
3-0 in the division.
The Vikings are on absolute fire.
You know, there's still some questions about them, because The Bears win, they just snuck it out. The Lions win, they just snuck it out. They had a pretty dominant victory over the Packers. The Packers is another team that has a lot of questions about them. And their one loss is against the Eagles, who I believe are currently playing the best football in the league. But yeah, so they're definitely starting off really good. I picked them at the beginning of the season to win their division, so it's looking that way at the moment.
Yeah, definitely looking that way at the moment. We were on the topic of Baker Mayfield getting injured on a hit. Let's talk about Tom Brady getting thrown to the ground. Then he tries to kick the guy. So it's kind of like a Mike Bibby fouling Kobe Bryant moment. And
I didn't see the kick. There was a kick there too?
You didn't see that, man? He like pushes the guy off him, and then he's like flailing his legs trying to kick the guy. And then the defender gets the penalty, which makes zero sense because he was just making a football play and bringing the guy to the ground.
I know I saw the hit or the lack thereof, I'd say. The sack. I mean, what did the guy expect him to do? I don't. Yeah, it was definitely questionable.
Yeah, because it looked like he just wrapped him up and threw him to the ground, which is what you would call tackling, right? Or am I mistaken there?
Okay, yeah, I see it now. Tom Brady did kind of kick his legs up in there, try to tell the guy, get off of him.
Yeah, the defender probably whispered something about Giselle in his ear.
Go home, old man. It's crazy to think that Tom Brady retaliates and is like, oh, there's a foul on the other
guy. Yeah. It's that.
How dare you touch Tom?
It's just a new rule. Don't touch Tom Brady. If you're going to tackle...
Oh, that's an old rule.
Oh, that's an old rule.
That's not a new rule.
That's the Tuck rule.
And then at the press conference, he was like, I don't throw the flags. Yeah. we know, Tom. We know that. But you just pay someone to throw them? Is that what you're saying there, huh? Oh, well, I don't throw the flags. I just pay the people that do. Like, is that what you're trying to say, buddy? Like, come on.
Did he really say, I don't throw the flags?
Oh, yeah, at the press conference after the game. That's exactly what he said.
Oh, my God. Something wrong with the old man if he's saying stuff like that.
He's fed up. He's like, I'm getting it from you. I'm getting it at home. I'm getting it from the media. Everyone's fucking with me, man.
Yeah.
Why leave me?
Taking all my money.
Game.
Yeah. He's just taking it out on the defender. He's just like, would you please just leave me alone? And he start kicking him like a little baby. You know how the babies be kicking and stuff when they crying?
No, he's like that crazy old man on his stoop. He's like, get off my lawn. What? Next press conference is going to be waving his finger. He's like, oh, yeah, you know what? I'm going to tell you something. I got something else to tell you, buddy.
Oh, man. He should know because he used to play in the NFL when it was more physical than it is today. Back when they used to do big hits and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
And now he's taking these new lackadaisical rules just a little too lackadaisically.
You know why they're making these damn rules? Because they started hurting his ass.
Yeah.
I think it was 2 years in a row where they hurt his ass from the beginning of the season. The league was like, we can't have this anymore.
We can't have this. You can't injure Tom Brady. What?
You grabbed him by his feet. That's a penalty. Wait, what? Hold on. Like, I was already on the ground, and he was standing there, and I grabbed his feet. I'm trying to tackle him.
Yeah.
Like, well, you can't.
You know that's
Brady rule.
That's Tom Brady rule. Next week, he's coming out with 2 flags, one on each hip.
right? Like, oh, they gonna put a bunch of post-it notes on him, but you gotta run up and rip the post-it note off of him.
And when the defender comes, Tom Brady just gonna move it. He gonna like shift his belt. He gonna move the post-it note. Yeah, can't get me now.
You remember that old commercial where it was like someone had a suit made of like dollar bills?
Mm-hmm.
That's what he's gonna wear. He's gonna wear a jersey. It's gonna have a bunch of dollar bills all over. You gotta run up next to him and pull one off. Like, oh, I got
it. Oh man, that's what. But really, it's Giselle that's gonna be. Once she sees that, she's gonna start rushing him and start pulling the dollar bills because she's doing that anyways.
Oh man, you know what? I don't think she even wants any of the damn money. She's so damn rich.
What she want then? She want the house? She want the cars? She want the kids? She want him to stop playing football?
You know what? This is gonna sound fucked up. I think she just wants his time. She's just really into him.
I just love you so much, Tommy. Please come home.
She just enjoys being with him.
Oh man, you know he only loves football, and now he's torn. That's why he's frustrated. He's torn. Do I choose football or do I choose Giselle? Listen, bro, I've been married almost 10 years this year. Choose the freaking girl.
I agree a lot because I mean, honestly, at this point, the announcer is saying it too. Like, is Tom Brady going to play another meaningless year of football? Because they don't look like Super Bowl contenders. I mean, unless they pick up OBJ. Because did you hear that about OBJ? What his agent released?
Nah. What's the news?
So I guess he plans on a mid-November comeback, and he's put 4 teams on his radar: the Rams, the Buccaneers, the Bills, and Chiefs. So arguably, no, he also put the Packers. Sorry, so 5 teams. So arguably all the Super Bowl contenders, right? Pretty much the 5 quarterbacks that he thinks are the best quarterbacks in the league, if you think about it, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that's a smart move. Like, wait it out a little longer, let injuries take their place, you know, and just pick the best team.
That's kind of what he did last year, isn't it?
Yeah, right? That's kind of what he did last year.
Yeah, but this year he has a little more freedom to move around. He doesn't have to get traded, so.
Yeah, this year he could pick. I think personally he's going to go to the Bills or the Chiefs. They look like the 2 strongest teams. Both of them could use a dominant wide receiver who's going to give them that long threat down the sideline. Personally, I think the Bills are a little bit above the Chiefs right now, only because of their defense, but I still think Mahomes is a better quarterback than Josh Allen, so it's like, I think it's going to come down to injuries, and then he'll make his choice.
Yeah, the Bills are a good choice. Chiefs are a good choice. I don't see Patrick Mahomes backing down from the Bills. I know he didn't make it to the Super Bowl last year, but I think Patrick Mahomes, if it comes down to it, the Chiefs against the Bills, I still have the Chiefs in that situation just because Mahomes knows how to do it. He knows how to get it done. He likes beating the Bills because he seems to do it all the time. I mean, 14 seconds is incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
For sure. We got another quarterback that's on the radar. It's a sticky situation, growing only stickier, and that being Lamar Jackson. So the Ravens came out and they won against the Bengals this week. So they had a 19-17 win. And Lamar Jackson, if he keeps winning games, if he keeps producing the way he's producing, he really has a good argument whereas Deshaun Watson did not have a good argument, but he has a good argument for that Deshaun Watson contract. What are your thoughts on that?
I think he definitely deserves that Deshaun Watson money. You know what I'm saying? He's a class act. He's a leader on and off the field. I know he's very involved in the community down there and up there in Baltimore. So I think he deserves that Deshaun Watson money for sure.
But here's the problem that you run into with that. He gets Deshaun Watson money. Now Jalen Hurts is coming up for a contract extension. What's gonna happen there? It's like the same exact thing kind of going on. You know he's gonna want that big money too. So the Browns did royally F up the market, and Lamar is really chasing the market, trying to get that money. I mean, what do you see happening?
I agree. I think the Browns definitely threw some spice into the pot, as people say.
Yeah.
Now everyone's like, oh wait, all the other quarterbacks looked at that was like, yep, well done. That's how you do it right there.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, quarterbacks have been getting overpaid for years now. You know.
For sure.
I mean, I don't. Kirk Cousins is worth $37 million a year, but I mean that's what he's getting paid.
Yeah, I mean, it's like average quarterbacks. You got to make 35. Jimmy G got shortchanged. I put him in the Kirk Cousins class, a little bit above him. But here's another problem you're running into. You're giving these guys big money, like
No way, man. Fucking Kirk Cousins is a way better quarterback than Jimmy G, bro.
What are you talking about? How can you even say that?
It's not even close. Let me pull up the numbers this week alone. Are you kidding me? It's not even close, bro.
Oh, numbers this season. Okay,
look,
hold on.
Just say this week, and you guys played against the Carolina Panthers, and the Panthers defense is trash. He went 18 for 30, 253, and he had 2 TDs. Okay, that's Jimmy. That's actually a good game for Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
What did Kirk do against the Bears?
Against the Bears. I mean, can you put them as a better team than the Panthers? Maybe.
Kirk this week against the Bears went 32 for 41, 296, 1 TD and 1 pick. So he did have that 1 pick, but Kirk is one of those guys. He's gonna sling it, bro. You gotta let him. Like you're never. Sometimes he's gonna make mistakes, but you're always gonna be in the game. He's never gonna run. You give him a pocket. You give him a nice pocket, bro. He's gonna sit back there. And he's gonna fucking sling that shit.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna make mistakes, but I'm telling you, man, Kirk is a way better quarterback than Jimmy. It's not even close.
I think we're gonna have to agree to disagree on this one. I would fight you tooth and nail for the next 4 to 5 hours to say that Jimmy G you put Jimmy G on the Minnesota Vikings. I put them in the NFC Championship game this year. Kirk Cousins, on the other hand,
hey, they literally have similar fucking rosters, bro. Like you guys have Brandon Ayuk and Debo, and we have fucking Justin Jefferson and Calvin Cook.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think Jefferson is the best player. All 4 of those players named, but then Debo is also a beast, bro. Like, in his own right.
Yeah, Jefferson's more of a pure receiver, pure number one, and Debo's more of a playmaker, I guess you call it.
Yeah.
Not that Jefferson can't make plays. Don't get me wrong, okay? But he does it catching the ball every time, and Debo will get some ground yards on you, or they can just utilize him a lot of different ways.
Debo's more so of like, I'll run through you, and Jefferson's like, I'll run around you.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, touch me if you can. Ha ha, too slow. He's out there playing tag, and fucking
people trying to tackle him.
Debo's out there playing, I don't know.
Rugby, I don't know.
Yeah, rugby.
Just boom, run you over. Boom. Yeah, man. But the Vikings, yeah, they doing good. But let's look at this, though. You got guys. What's that guy's name in Arizona? What's his name? Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
He got a big-time deal. You got a guy, Russell Wilson, in his old age or in his aging stage, getting a big deal, and they're kind of disrupting the market at the same time because now you're having below average quarterbacks playing below average, getting money for big time quarterbacks. And
at least Kirk Cousins is getting some big wins.
Yeah.
All right. Here getting these big time contracts. I think the Broncos are like 1-4, and I don't know what the Cardinals are 2-3, maybe 1-4. I know they lost this week. They just fucking suck.
Yeah.
Fuck the Cardinals.
The Broncos are 2-3.
The Broncos. Okay, Cardinals are also 2-3.
Right. So neither of those performances is any good. I mean, come on. You can't compare that to like a Kirk Cousins. And the 49ers are leading that division right now. They're the only team in the NFC West that actually won a game this week. So props to them for pulling that out. That's kind of what I expected when we talked last time. I was like, I think the Seahawks could lose. I think Cardinals could definitely lose. And the Rams, they could also lose. So that's what I was hoping for. All those three teams to lose because it was a 2-2 tie. All the teams were 2-2 going into week 5. 3 teams lose. The Niners, of course, take advantage of the opportunity playing the Panthers. They win, and they're leading that division right now.
Yeah, man, that division is pretty open. You know what? Even though the Seahawks lost, Geno Smith is playing some good football right now.
Right.
Did you watch those highlights?
I didn't see those highlights. I was just watching the scoreboard on that one. Let me see if I can.
They put up a bunch of points like they have every week. I don't know what they got in the water up there in Seattle, but
yeah, it was
Geno playing some good football.
Definitely. The thing is their defense. They put up 32 points, and then they allow 39. Yeah, mathematically, it doesn't really make sense if you're trying to win a football game.
Yeah. Geno, look, he went 16 for 25. 268 yards, 3 TDs, and 0 picks. So, I mean, he definitely did his part. You know, no turnovers there. He had 13 yards rushing.
And look at his distribution to Lockett and Metcalf. And then he even had Noah Fant in there.
Metcalf had 1 fumble for a loss. So that's unfortunate. And then T. Wolf, I don't know who that is. I guess that is of running back. Oh, their leading running. Oh, no, that's T. Woolen.
No,
I don't know who that
T. Woolen is on the defense, number 27. He had 4 tackles and 1 interception.
Oh, maybe he forced the fumble.
Oh, okay. I don't get those high quality stats like forced fumbles and stuff on my sheet. I got him having an interception though.
Okay, because I have him. It's just like the ESPN website says Seattle fumbles. Metcalf had a fumble and it was lost. Oh, okay, yeah. So it says fumble receiving. So yeah, so he had a pick. Okay, that makes sense.
All right. Yeah. So the Saints, I'm not sure what to think of them. They could come out of that division just because, like you were saying, the Buccaneers aren't playing up to what they should be playing at. So they could definitely come out of that division. I wouldn't be surprised if it happened. Of course, also in that division, who else we got? The Falcons are in there. The Falcons seem to be playing all right. Did they win last week? I don't recall.
The Falcons, I believe, won last week.
Let me see.
But this week. The Falcons.
They played the Buccaneers. Okay.
They beat the Browns last week. So, and then the Browns, I believe, lost again this week. Yeah, to the Chargers. So,
but it's not like the Browns are just losing. It's like they're losing fourth quarter leads.
Yeah, they're definitely in competitive games, and then I think offensively they don't have enough, but their defense is good enough to keep them in games. You know.
Right. And of course, if your offense isn't spending enough time on the field, you're going to be giving up 30 points to the Chargers.
Yeah, right. If your offense is just going 3 and out, maybe 5-6 plays, and then your defense is just gonna get worn out. It's like they can only stop an opposition for so long.
Right. Because if you look, like first quarter, it was 14-3 after the first quarter. Then in the second quarter, they lost that 14-7, so Chargers outscored them. And then they lost the third quarter also 10-7, and then they lost the fourth quarter 3-0. So defense started off strong, but started sputtering in that second quarter. And then it just kind of all went downhill from there.
Yeah, it looks like the offense just, kind of got a little bit in there, but yeah, just kept on giving up a little bit. So
Majority of their touchdowns, though, for the Browns. Nick Chubb, 2 touchdowns, 134 yards for Chubb. Kareem Hunt, 11 carries, 47 yards, 1 touchdown. Brissett, he threw a touchdown, and he had a pick.
yeah,
But look at...
killing it. 134.
What's that?
Chubb is killing it. Yeah, he had 17 carries for 134, 2 TDs.
But look at the Chargers running back. Eckler, 16 carries, 173 yards, 1 touchdown. So the Chargers taking that same approach, but doing it better than the Browns, because they had 2 rushers, splitting time. The second guy, Kelly, 10 carries for 49 yards and 1 touchdown. It's kind of the Browns method where they have 2 guys splitting time, and they had similar numbers because Hunt had 47 yards and the Chargers' second back had 49 yards. So they just did a better job on the ground, it seems, than the Browns did.
The Chargers?
Yeah, the Chargers.
Let me look at it. Oh, yeah, Eckler. 174. Yeah, he's running all over him. And they also, Williams had 134 yards receiving, so yeah, man. Like we said, I think that's that wear and tear on the defense, right? They can only hold them off for so long.
Yeah. A couple things that we weren't really expecting is like the Jaguars right now. They lost 13-6 to the Texans.
You know what? I should have known. It's those divisional matchups. But, they were at home, so I expected them to win that. But the divisional matchups, you never know, right? Because these are 2 teams that play each other so often. They know each other so well. They're always toss-ups.
Yeah. Lawrence went for 286. He only threw 50% completion percentage, and he had 2 interceptions. So that's kind of a no-go on his end.
Yeah. It's probably his worst game of the year, I believe.
Yeah. Got to clean that up.
Definitely got to clean that up. I don't think he had, 0 TDs, 2 picks. Still got up 286 yards, so yardage wasn't bad. Just pass accuracy was fairly low. Yeah, man, just got to clean that up a little bit.
The world of NFTs is growing rapidly. Get in there today. Go over to partymansion.io to get yourself set up on the Party Mansion Party Goobs Discord channel. That's where the party is really happening in the NFT world. If you're into artwork, digital artwork, go over and check out the Party Mansion. But as long as we're on quarterbacks, I just looked up the guy's name, Bailey Zapp.
Zapp.
How do you say it?
Zappy, I believe that's what they're calling him.
Zappy,
the Patriots guy, right?
Yeah, Patriots guy. Patriots came out, tore up the Lions 29-0.
They tore them up. You know what? Belichick is out there like, I still got it. fuck you, critics. You're talking all this shit.
Yeah.
When I play an incompetent football team, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
When your team is known for having the highest power offense and the worst defense, okay. They don't know what the fuck they're doing out there. I'm going to take advantage of that.
Dude, and take advantage of it he did. That is ugly. Ugly. Goff threw for 229, had 1 pick, 19-35. Jeez, come on, bro. That's not even good. With
Yeah.
Zappy, I feel like there could possibly, potentially, maybe be some competition between him and Mac Jones. He's got a great opportunity to make a name for himself, and we do know his name this episode compared to last episode. I purposely looked it up only because he won. Only because he won. I looked it up.
Oh, yeah. We kind of skipped over him, right?
Yeah, I didn't even know his name. I was like, just some rookie guy, third stringer.
Ed, you're like, yeah, if he wins, then I'll learn his name. If not, let's see, from Western Kentucky.
Yeah.
23 years old. He was 17 for 21, 188, 1 TD, 1 pick. So fairly efficient. Just that one pick. They rushed the ball quite a lot.
Stevenson.
Yeah, Stevenson, 25 carries for 161. So it looks like Bill knew what he was doing. He's like, yeah, their rush defense fucking sucks. We're gonna fucking rush the ball down their goddamn throat.
Yeah, for sure. Where do they get all these touchdowns from, though? I only see one touchdown from Jacoby Myers, and no rushing touchdowns. They must have had some defensive touchdowns somewhere.
Yeah, I know that they had 2.
Oh, here we go. Folk, he went 5 for 5 on field goals. Had 17 points.
The defense had 1 TD.
Okay.
Interceptions. They had 1 interception, and then there was 2 forced fumbles. And then there was a miscellaneous TD. I'm guessing it was off a. I don't know what the fuck that means, but I'm guessing that from like a punt block or something.
Yeah. Well. Patriots, their division is just stupid hard. The Jets came out and did big things beating the Dolphins. So now that division just got, well, except for the Bills. I mean, the Bills are like division leaders, but in the AFC, you can almost look at the Jets. You can almost look at, the Dolphins, they're kind of losing fire here over the last couple of weeks, but they still have the opportunity to go ahead and make the playoffs as like a wild card team or something like that. So
yeah. I think once Tua gets some time, gets some rest, comes back, he'll be all right. I'm happy for Salah, man. Salah.
Yeah.
Is it Salah or is it Salah? I think it's Salah, right?
Salah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Salah. I'm happy for him, man. They got 3 wins. Hats off to him.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, no one I didn't expect that to happen. We were both saying that at the beginning of the season, Jets ain't nothing, Yeah. And here they come.
Legit. But yeah, 3-2, man. That's 3 more victories than I thought they'd have at this point.
And then flip-flopping it, we were like, okay, the Lions, they're going to come through big this year. You get that, what's that show called? The HBO show?
Nah, I didn't think that. You thought that.
I thought that. And the Lions are 1-4. The Lions,
everyone,
oh my God.
Everyone thought that. They watched Hard Knocks and were like, oh yeah, he's such a good coach. He's gonna get them fired up. This is their year. They're gonna come back. No.
Oh, they fired up all right. Just not the right way.
My boy though, Sauce Gardner, got his first pick of the year, I believe.
For which team is that?
For the Jets. Jets. Jets.
Nice.
Week actually, so I'm happy about that. Yeah, he got his first pick. He's a rookie. He's supposed to be the real deal, and I like him.
Sweet. I'd roll with it.
Yeah, Sauce Gardner.
All right, bro. Well, I'm looking over the schedule. We hit every game in depth, more or less. And I just want to thank you so much for your time, for coming on the podcast. And I'll talk to you next time, bro.
Yeah, no worries, bro. It's a pleasure.
All right, man. Thank you for listening to this episode of the NFT Quarterback Podcast. A special thanks to our guest, Danny Singh, for coming on the program, always being ready with his football knowledge. The Production of this episode was sponsored by RMT Books.